In 1959, Frank Freshwaters was convicted of manslaughter and sentenced to 20 years in prison. 7 months later, he escaped the prison that later became known as the place where the film The Shawshank Redemption was filmed. Now it's the end of the road for his life on the run.
Frank Harold Freshwater.
A nod from 79-year-old Frank Freshwaters, a name he hasn't gone by since escaping from a work farm back in 1959. At his court appearance, the wheelchair-bound man listened to the escape charges that have followed him for 56 years on the run.
By waiving extradition, the authorities will be notified. They have 10 business days to transport you back to Summit County, Ohio.
That's where it began all those years ago, the Ohio State Reformatory, the prison that was the backdrop of the 1994 prison escape movie Shawshank Redemption. Freshwaters escaped, serving just 7 months of a 20-year sentence related to a manslaughter conviction. Decades went by, and nothing until this week. An Ohio cold case unit got a tip Freshwaters might be in the Melbourne area. That's when Brevard County's Game Over Task Force paid him a visit Monday afternoon at his Jones Road mobile home.
Approached him, showed him the 1959 picture, asked him if he'd seen that person, and he said he hadn't seen him in a long time.
Investigators say he even had a valid Florida driver's license, was receiving Social Security, and appeared to have avoided trouble all this time. He did get caught in West Virginia in the 1970s, but the extradition fell through, and he was released. The Jones Road property is isolated, no neighbors for several hundred yards. A small mobile home sits back on the property, which is fronted by 2 stop signs and a no trespassing sign warning people to keep out. Neighbors we spoke with say Freshwaters was quiet and kept to himself.
So I thought he was a guard from guarding the lake up here and, you know, just this general area.
I guess he was guarding himself.
Guarding himself. Right.
Investigators say over the years, Freshwaters lived in several states and worked as a truck driver before settling here in Brevard County some 20 years ago. The land Freshwaters lived on is owned by Florida Senator Thad Altman of Melbourne. We reached out for comment but haven't heard back. Reporting in Brevard County, Greg Pallone, News 13.